Hey guys, welcome to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. Today we're going to talk about mixed voice. What is mixed voice and how do we get it and how do we utilize it? How do we use it? Well, it's actually a pretty expansive subject, so I'm not going to get to cover everything today, but what I am going to do is I'm going to break down the basics of it so that you understand the concepts, okay? The first thing is, I want you to think of your voice like building a house, okay? Or building something. And we need the foundation to be really strong in order for the rest of the house to be able to hold up to what it is we're going to put on it. We want bedrooms, we want a rec center, we want, jacuzzi. I don't care what it is in your house, but you want all this stuff to hold up and it needs a foundation. So as I cover in my singing course, How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else, we have to build up a great, powerful, robust chest voice to sustain all of these rooms that we want to add on to the home. Now, in this case of head voice, we actually want to build head voice in a similar way because I don't want to compartmentalize something, but I want to kind of draw an analogy for you. I want you to think of your leg and you're going to kick a soccer ball. Okay, you're going to whack the soccer ball with your leg, right? I want you to think of your chest voice like your biceps, right? Your forearm, right? And I want you to think of your biceps. This is your forearm, my bad. Anyway, your bicep. And I want you to think of your elbow as the passaggio or the passageway to get to your head voice. And I want to think of your forearm as your head voice. So you're going to kick this soccer ball. Boom, right? Boom. Now, several things have to happen in order to be able to do that. And I go, hey. I started in chest. I went into mixed voice. I went into head voice. I went back into mixed voice. And it came back down into chest. Now, there's a lot of stuff on the internet floating around. I see everybody says, let's talk about mixed voice. Let's go straight to mixed voice. Well, it's not really that easy. And you probably found yourself getting really frustrated. I just can't get it. How do I get, I'm not getting this, center where when I break. How do I keep from cracking? How do I not get into that space? Well, that's because people aren't explaining this that well. So I'm going to give you my personal rendition of how this works. So, within chest voice, we build our chest voice very robust. And there's something called segundo passaggio, the second passageway of where that break happens, the register break. As I go through this break, I need to be able to strengthen my elbow, right, to get into my forearm, right, to do this soccer kick, boom, to hit this ball, to get up top, right? Well, I can't apply a lot of pressure to something I haven't built strength up for. So I've got to build the strength first. But where does the strength come from? Well, it has to be anchored to something. It's got to be anchored to here. If I just go like this, it's not going to mean much. I'm not going to have much power in that. But if I have a lot of, resistance and an ability to swack that ball, so to speak, if you will. In fact, let's think of this more like this is my quad of my leg, and this is my calf of my leg, and this is my knee. So let's look at it like this. If I go to swack that ball, I need the strength to come from the torque of my body to get that ball to hit it hard, okay? Well, this couldn't be more true for how we train the voice. So first we train our chest voice, and then we train our head voice. And I have chest voice videos. By the way, I have a singing course out called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. If you want to check it out, you can check it out here. You can check out my singing forums. I've got almost 10,000 members now where we discuss all these ideas. In fact, like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to hear more of this stuff, that would be awesome too. Just click the like button, that'd be cool. But what happens is that we have to build the whole house. We can't just talk about one subject and tack it on to another subject. It does not work that way. So we build the house first with a strong chest voice, and then we build the head voice, and then we build a way to connect the two, which is the passaggio, the passaggi, second passageway. Now, actually, there are two passageways through the voice. Primo passaggio, which is from my speaking register in what's called my call register or my belting register. So right now I'm talking to you in my speaking register. And I go, hey, how's it going? Pretty good. How you doing? Ah, not bad. Well, thank you. All right. So if I go, hey, right there, I kind of shift gears a little bit and I move into a belting register. Hey, I move into like a belting register. Now, once I do that, I'm like, oh crap. I've got all this weight and I've got to dump this weight to get through the passaggio to make it up top. Now, what I can do is I can back off the sound to get me through the passaggio in order to get into my head voice. If I've built my chest voice really strong, and if I've built my head voice really strong, all I need to do is build this knee or elbow of the secondo passaggio, the second passageway, to get me so I don't hear that yodel. Now, this doesn't happen by belting or pushing or forcing through the sound. It happens by growing that area. So what I want to do with you guys here right now is do a couple exercises, just a couple slider exercises they're called, where you can get through the passaggio really lightly first. Real gentle, be real gentle. Try to do it to where you don't hear the break at all. And then little by little, you can lean into this sound to grow it. It's a muscle, like any muscle in your body. You can grow this thing. So we're going to start here, and we're going to go lay on lay, like lay. Here we go. Lay. Now make sure that you're not going lay, right? You're actually just gently starting to the initial stages of growing and building that passaggio. And how we do this is we force that throat to stay open. Force the throat, or encourage the throat to stay open. Now, if you're going up top and you're going into your head voice, please see my video on head voice. You have to first build strength in the head voice to get it nice and bright to match the timbre or the sound or the brightness of your chest voice, so it sounds like one long, seamless, powerful note, okay? By little, as you get good at this, you can start to lean into that sound and build strength into your mixed voice. That sound. You hear that sound? You're like, I'm kind of like lifting the soft palate. I'm raising the back of the throat. I'm pulling up the yawning sensation to where I can create enough space and to open that throat. To where I don't hear the break and I don't hear that yodel, but I can create enough space to get in there and then start to lean into that sound and make that sound nice and robust. And therein lies your mixed voice, okay? All right, guys, we got more coming your way. If you like what you heard, please like and subscribe. Check out my singing course called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. This will help you like crazy. And until next time, peace out.